Oh my goodness, I mean, I'm going to try not to be a complete Grinch, but can't promise it. Hey folks, it's Finn. Today's vlog is a bit of an update vlog because I want to talk today a little bit about grief and Christmas. Two things that don't go particularly well together. So regular followers will know that I lost my mum at the beginning of this year, and I made a vlog about it when it happened, and I've made a couple of blogs as well over on my website, but apart from that I haven't really spoken about it. I mean, I've shared it. If you're somebody that watches my monthly vlogs, you'll have seen me talking about grief as the last months have gone on, but I haven't made a specific update vlog. And in light of it being Christmas, I just wanted to share today just how the grieving process has been for me and how I'm doing at this difficult time of year. Can it just be January now? So if you have been following my monthly vlogs, you'll have seen that I have struggled a lot. The beginning of this year was really tough, and there were many times I wondered if I'd actually make it through in one piece or sober. As you know, I'm in recovery, and there were many times after losing mum that the pain was just so bad I just wanted a head holiday, and the only way to get a head holiday was to get drunk. Luckily, I've got a strong enough sobriety that I didn't do that. And I've got an amazing partner, and I've got to say that without Chris, I'm not quite sure what I would have done this year, because he's never seen me poorly. He's never seen me drunk. He's never seen me stoned. He's never seen me self-harm. He's never seen me freak out. He's always seen me be quite logical and rational about my feelings and emotions and able to talk. And the last thing I was for the beginning of this year was rational. It is so true what they say, that you find out who your friends, family and loved ones really are when a crisis hits. And Chris just stood by me, just chose to see the real me through it all and trusted that I'd emerge, and thank God I have. But yeah, it's only really been in the last couple of months that I've started to feel like I'm not drowning. Now, I've heard this analogy before where they describe grief as being like a ball in a box, in a tiny box, so that like every time it hits the sides it causes pain. I'd actually describe grief like a massive ball of string that's really knotted. In the beginning it was this big pile of knotted string, and even starting to try and unpick it was so painful, and all I wanted to do was just run away from that ball of string, you know. Whereas now I've got to the point where I'm starting to unpick the string logically, rationally, and manage it better. Until Christmas showed up. It's really hard to step outside your front door and just be bombarded with reasons to feel sad. One of the hardest things about mum getting dementia was that we've got a history. I never go into it too deeply on here because I'm over that now. But we have a history growing up, me and mum, of not being in a very healthy relationship. Mum had her own issues, and she would often create a lot of drama. And in her state of dementia, all that drama went, and what remained was just mum. And so I actually fell more in love with mum during the time she had dementia, because she was just mum. And I really enjoyed caring for her. I really enjoyed buying her silly cute gifts that made her smile, like fluffy slippers and silly pyjamas. And that's all I'm seeing everywhere in the shops now, is just cute stuff that I want to buy and put on my mum. And it's really hard. It's really hard to hear jingle bells and all of that going on everywhere, and the last thing I feel is jolly. You know, it's just really hard. Really hard. They do say that first Christmases are tough, and they are. I know that. I knew it was going to be like this, but I think I got to a point after the beginning of this year being so intense to suddenly feel a little bit easier around the grief and be able to breathe and not feel like I was drowning in it. It was such a relief. And then suddenly Christmas seems to have amped it up a level again. So as you can see, it's a bit tough at the moment. But at least I am able to cry again. That was a really difficult decision. If you remember, I did the silly thing and came off my antidepressant because I couldn't cry. And I needed to cry. In retrospect, I should have swapped antidepressants rather than coming off them completely. But anyway, I was right in that I needed to access the emotions, and to be able to cry about mum and feel is really important. I'm a big believer that medication's good if it just helps you to manage and to deal with things and to address things, but if it completely numbs you to stuff, how can you ever deal with it? I had to feel the sadness for mum, so the fact that I can now cry again is really good. You know, it's a positive thing to be able to feel. So yes, today I wanted to check in just to say I'm getting there with it. I really am getting there, and I'm so grateful for you lot. I'm grateful because I have all of these people here that genuinely care and want me to stay well and to manage and get through this. And all of your messages mean so much. Even at times where I hadn't said, just being able to read through on various social media and just see so many positive comments has really kept me going. It's kept me going through it, it's kept me sober, it's kept me from doing something silly. It's really helped. I'm so grateful for the people I have in my life, for my friends that even when I haven't replied to messages have just kept messaging and saying, are you okay, thinking of you. That means the world. The biggest gift, which is ironic, is that in times of crisis we do really find out who our real people are. And so that is something to be very, very grateful for. Grief takes its own time, as they say. And I think it's probably only now that I'm starting to properly deal with it because, as I say, it was such a big mess in the beginning. And now I'm starting to unpack it all. It's so tied in for so much with me. And I think I do actually need to access some counselling for it at some point. Because the grief for mum is so tied into my transition. You know, I lost my dad when I was really young. I drank on that. I lost my mum now. I'm an orphan at 46. Actually, I'm 45. And can you be an orphan at 45? And that's all tied into the fact that I don't have a family of my own. We are a very small family. It's just me and my brother, really. And we've got estranged family members at different places. So I think all of it's hitting home at the moment at Christmas. It's just this feeling of everyone's got these happy families everywhere. And I haven't. I mean, I know I've got you lot and I've got Chris, of course, but you know, the traditional kind of family thing all round a Christmassy tree singing Christmas carols, I haven't got that and it hurts. But then I've never really had that, and for those that have followed me over the years, you'll know that Christmas has always been a bit of a weird one for me. Growing up it was rough, split up parents and arguments and all of that. And then, you know, I lost touch with my family when I was off drinking and drugging. And I've never really had a proper family Christmas, only a brief time with an ex who had a younger sibling, and that made it very Christmassy. And now it's just gone back to the last few Christmases have been about mum being poorly, and then this one's about mum dying. So me and Christmas, not the best of friends. Now, you know me, when I have an issue, I really believe that you face it. But with this Christmas, I'm running away. Yes, I always say, never run, face. But sometimes you have to pick your battles. And this Christmas, I'm not ready to start making friends with Christmas just yet. I know that what I need to do is to reframe Christmas. Reframe Christmas with Chris. Make it our own. And that's something I want to do. But right now I'm picking my battles and deciding that the best thing for me for Christmas is to get out of here. So Chris and I are off to Marrakesh for Christmas, which is really exciting and something to look forward to. And it'll mean that we make our own Christmas because it won't be here surrounded by memories. We'll be somewhere new, making new memories. And then next year, who knows, maybe we'll make Christmas here something new and make it something that I actually look forward to every year for a change. It's difficult because I don't want poor Chris to have his Christmas ruined, so this way it means that we are still having a good time together, because we tried to go into town on Saturday and I just fell apart because it was all too sad, and I don't want to do that to him. As much as I know he's there for me, I don't, I want us to have a good Christmas. So yeah, that was my waffly catch up really, about how I'm doing with Mum. I am going to make a proper detailed blog at some point, because I want to talk about the stages of grief and how I felt that, but I just haven't been able to. I can write, I can make videos, but when it comes to this, it's just too hard at the moment. As I say, I'm only in the early stages of really properly picking it apart. But today was more to catch up with you and to give a massive apology. Happy 1st of December, people. I'm not going to be the most Christmassy person this year. I will try not to be completely bar humbug, but you know that I often like to do Vlogmas and Christmassy themed stuff, and if I'm honest, I don't think there's going to be much Christmassy themed content from me, so that's my apology. I know you won't ask for it and I know you completely understand, but I just want to say that now, that I'm not quite sure what my content will look like between now and the new year. It might surprise me and I might make some really Christmassy videos, or it might just be me moaning like the Grinch. But either way, we're on holiday from the 17th of December through to the 28th, and I will be vlogging Marrakesh and sharing that with you, so it'll be an alternative Christmas content from Finn. For anyone else out there struggling with Christmas, whether it's from grief or estrangement from family, I get it. Just do what you have to do. Find people that get it, make your own Christmas, or run away from it and do something entirely different. It's all about what works for you, and it's all of this advertising everywhere that's such a pressure to have such a good time, and it can make it really hard for people who don't have all of this stuff that the commercials are telling us what we should have, mother, father, 2.6 kids, a white picket fence, and all that jazz. Stick with friends that get it, and if needs be, go into hiding with me and come out in January. Thanks for watching, folks, and thanks for everything. You really do mean the world to me. Take care of yourselves. See you again soon.